Welcome to this 10-minute yoga practice. I'm deliberately in my jeans because yoga doesn't need to involve any special equipment, and it certainly doesn't need to involve fancy clothing. You can be in your PJs, you can be in your jeans, you can be in whatever you want. Come and join me. We're going to start on hands and knees, and we're going to connect with our breathing. It's really simple. We start by noticing we're breathing, coming with me, noticing we're breathing, and then taking a ride with the breath, catching the breath in a really positive way and staying with it, starting with your next inhale, looking forward and up and lifting the tailbone, and then gently lowering the head and tucking in the tailbone this time. And we move in accordance with the pace of our breath and nothing else. Notice how breathing with conscious awareness, as you carry on, makes you feel. Breathing in, looking up, lifting the tailbone, exhaling, lowering the head. Notice how breathing with awareness makes you feel, and notice how your body breathes so beautifully for you. So take your next inhale as a little cue to tuck your toes under, and exhale as you start to lift the hips. Pad back with the feet just a little, keep the knees bent, and find yourself in a downward facing dog position. And from here, we're going to step forward with our right foot, moving into quite a conventional lunge, dropping into the knee and allowing the arms to drift up as you flatten your foot as well. Palms to the chest, inhaling, opening to the side. So you're opening and turning to the left and opening the chest. And then we're going to turn the tummy towards the folded leg now. Taking a breath in as we open the arms a little bit tighter on this side. And then back. Once more to each side. Well done. And we're going to move back into downward dog. If you'd rather go to cat, that's fine. Tucking the toes under. Gently moving back. Soften into your knees. Now this can be done instead of scrolling on social media, instead of doing a task that's maybe not going anywhere. You need to have a little break, you need to move and invoke some change. This can be done while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. We can take our left foot forward now, and again we soften down with our knee, planting the foot down also, breathing in, and then hands to chest. And we're going to start by opening to our right. On an inhale, extending the arms, gently looking to one side and back again. And then folding, or turning I should say, towards the folded leg and back again. Once more to each side. Follow the pattern of your breath. Notice how your breath is now responding to the movement. Are you invoking some change? Hope so. I am sure you are. When has movement never invoked change? It always changes how we feel. Into downward dog. Wonderful. Now from here, we're going to keep our knees really bendy, and very primevally, we're going to, I'm not sure if there's such a word, but moving the hands and feet towards each other, keeping the knees bent and coming up to standing. Okay, feet nice and wide apart. And we're going to do the warrior pose And we're going to involve our minds now by turning our attention to a single point known in yoga as a drishti. So turn your right foot to 90 degrees and opening out the arms. So this back foot, we're going to be looking this way. This back foot is tucked in ever so slightly with the heel moving out. And we're going to bend into our forward knee. Use just a little bit of nounce to make sure that the knee feels comfortable, so ideally above the ankle. And then turn your attention to the fingertips and allow your attention to land on it without staring intently. And then maybe allow your gaze to drift into the distance, into the infinite, or maybe just into the nearest wall. Now, come with me. Drop your elbow down onto your knee. Bring your arm down to the ground and make big, big circles. Nice big wide arc. Again, allow your breath to guide you. And the next time you bring the arm up, you can come back to the center, turning the feet face on and then moving to your left, turning the left foot out to 90 degrees. Softening down into the hips and bending into that forward knee, grounding with the back heel. And again, this is known as your drishti, the end of the fingertips. But keep your awareness here down your center of gravity. And the gaze can then be sent off into the distance. Soften your shoulders and allow your hips to gently sink. So let's move in this, a similar posture as we drop our elbow down onto our knees and moving around like the big hand on a clock. And the next time you bring your arm forward, use that as a little cue to come up. Wonderful. Soft knees and a little forward fold, folding at the hips, nice deep knees, and catching hold of the elbows and only straightening the legs if it feels okay. And just feel the crown of the head responding nicely to that lovely draw of gravity, and give your hips the opportunity to lift. Lifting with the arches of the feet as well. And soften into your knees and bring the arms out to the side, almost like a gesturing squat as you palms together, palms to chest, jumping the feet back. Wonderful. Come down to sitting. Crossing your legs and placing your hands over your knees. And gently allowing the back of the neck to lengthen, the shoulders to soften, and for the gaze to land somewhere in front of your mat. Feel free to close your eyes, but if you can keep the gaze open, this is rather a nice practice too. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing how an inhale feels and acknowledging that an exhale makes us feel very different. And allow yourself to become aware of those little pauses at the top of the inhale and at the end of the exhale. This is simple awareness. Being aware. Simply being. Noticing your breath. Noticing how nice it feels to breathe. Just 2 more. Noticing that lovely pause. Acknowledging that we don't need to rush. Having a little stretch up and over from side to side. Well done. We've done cat pose, dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. What else did we do? We did a nice moving lunge. We did Virabhadrasana 2, the warrior pose, and a modification on Parsvakonasana. And yeah, you did about 6 postures and a little breath awareness practice. That's all your work. Really well done. And thank you for joining.